Welcome to this new and special edition of the Queer God Squad. We are the coolest pastors you will ever meet.
Faith and religion can be complicated for the LGBTQ plus community. Surveys show that evangelical faith is a justification for the greatest attacks on the LGBTQ plus community.
So, the Queer God Squad is going to explore our religious community, explore the big news of the day and what it means to you. And we are going to explore if we can find some places that help heal the pain and hurt religion can be responsible for. We know you're going to find some hope, peace, and fun in our conversation.
It's 3 p.m. and the Queer God Squad is broadcasting daily.
This is live, and then we are available on demand.
We are available on all smart televisions, including Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire TV, YouTube, and Facebook. In the entire world, nothing like this has ever existed for the LGBTQ plus community before.
I am Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins, the senior minister here at Sunshine Cathedral.
I am Reverend Dr. Robert Griffin, the executive minister here at the Sunshine Cathedral.
I am the Reverend Kevin Tisdall, the minister of education at Sunshine Cathedral.
Radical GOP and evangelicals have launched a culture war on our LGBTQ plus community. They want to push you back in the closet. We're not going.
At Sunshine Cathedral, we are here to tell you that you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Our commitment in partnering with Happening Out Television Network and Queer News Tonight is to give the LGBTQ plus faith community this voice for hope, for change, that you are not alone.
Happening Out Television Network is a 501c3 nonprofit media platform in the television and radio model of PBS and NPR, but designed for our LGBTQ plus community. The Queer God Squad is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America, Hotspot Magazine and Happening Out Television Network.
Our mission is to support the 10 pillars of the LGBTQ plus community, including the Black community, Latino, lesbian and queer women, trans, students and youth, seniors, HIV/AIDS healthcare, social justice, business, and our 10th pillar is faith. Help us support our LGBTQ plus community. This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. Kentucky church overcomes pandemic, a tornado, and now a flood. Moving forward after historic flooding, one Mayfield church held its first service on July 23rd after floods, wind, and rain the Wednesday before. Hands raised and voice in unison, this was the scene from Sunday as dozens crowded Grace Life Church's sanctuary. Member Belinda Landry says the people who showed up exhibit her church family's resiliency. But just on the other side of the building were dehumidifiers running and fans whirring as they dried out the carpet after the historic flooding in Mayfield. This isn't the first time Grace Life Church has been something like this, seen something like this. In their short 3 years as a church, they've experienced the pandemic, an EF4 tornado, and now this. The church doesn't have flood insurance. Right now, they're using resources from members and from the community. They just moved into an old car dealership a few months ago after the tornado destroyed their previous building. But even in the loss, they're moving forward. Pastor Chad Lamb seems proud of the way the community has gathered together. He said, that's how we have to respond. When we see valleys, we go through them. We don't do that on our own strength. We do that through the Lord's strength. Well, let me say this about that. I agree. Good for you. Good for your community standing together. It gets knocked down, you get back up again. That's why we do it. To support each other, to form resilient communities, to give each other hope, to give each other comfort. That's good business. Bless you. That's why all of us are doing this, to create just such communities. And I promise you, if that had been an LGBTQ plus church, or if they'd had a lesbian or bisexual or transgender pastor, or if they had a mission statement that affirmed LGBTQ people, or if they in June had flown a rainbow flag, there would be a huge outcry from evangelicals and even a few right-wing politicians, but the evangelical church would have risen as one to say that was condemnation from above, that was heaven's judgment on them for being who they were. And that has happened lots of times. I remember an LGBTQ church in LA that was damaged during an earthquake in the 90s. Now, a dozen other churches were damaged too. But the people in that port, because they'd been so beat up by that sort of talk, they said, do you think we were damaged because we're gay? The Methodists didn't say, do you think we were damaged because we were Methodists? The Greek Orthodox didn't say, do you think we were damaged because we were Greek Orthodox? Everyone else said, we're damaged because there was an earthquake, Mary. There was an earthquake. But the people who'd been told bad things happen to you because you are bad and God doesn't like you, they had still internalized that. And I promise you, if this had been a queer church, there would have been victim blaming going on. So I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm glad these people are standing together and getting themselves back together. God bless them. That's the way it ought to be. But just remember, bad things happen. The rain falls on the just and the unjust. And this is how you respond. This is how good people respond when bad things happen. You respond with compassion and with hope, not with blaming and rubbing salt in the wound. We are excited to tell you we are going on a cruise in the Eastern Mediterranean this fall that will include the world's major religious sites for Christians, Jews, and Muslims as we visit Athens. I love Athens. And Egypt, first time going. And Israel, I love Israel. And Ephesus, first time going. I'm excited, can you tell? And on our 3 continents cruise. And you can find out more and reserve your space at happeningout.travel/sunshine.
Join Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins and Reverend Dr. Robert Griffin as they host more than 50 people on the Sunshine Cathedral 13-day cruise tour to 3 continents. From just $13.99, you'll visit Athens and cruise to Egypt and the Giza Plateau to see the Great Pyramid, Sphinx, and brand new Egyptian National Museum with King Tut exhibit. Then to Israel for Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Don't miss the most important Christian UNESCO site in the world, located in Turkey, and the 3,000-year-old city of Ephesus. You also cruise the Med for Rhodes in the Greek Isles and Cyprus. A farewell at the Acropolis makes this a never-before combination of historic sites, a must-do cruise. It's all turnkey inclusive, and a bar is available, all transfers, escorts, hotels, and more. Go to happeningout.travel/sunshine for complete details.
Would you like to join the Queer God Squad on a special winter cruise in 2024? Well, now you can. You will visit Cozumel, Mexico, Grand Cayman, and Ocho Rios. And you can even add an open bar and Wi-Fi. Join us by going to happeningout.travel/sunshine.
Join the Queer God Squad and Sunshine Cathedral for a wonderful Caribbean cruise on the brand new Ultra Deluxe MSC Seascape. The 8-day cruise starts at just $399 plus government taxes. Sail February 10th, 2024 from Miami to Ocean Cay MSC Marine Reserve, the world's best private island. You'll also visit Cozumel, Mexico, Grand Cayman, and Ocho Rios. Join us on an 8-day Caribbean cruise. This winter cruise will be the perfect getaway and an opportunity to support Sunshine Cathedral as a beneficiary. The trip is affordable for all, as you can make a reservation on this cruise for just $1, just a buck, to confirm your reservation, and then there's a $99 interest-free monthly payment plan, so it's easy on your pockets. What's more, there's also a free open bar and Wi-Fi program when you pay for just 1 day, $25 transfers to and from the Miami Pier, and an exclusive onboard entertainment program for Sunshine Cathedral guests. This cruise will be a perfect winter getaway for you. Join us by going to happeningout.travel/sunshine.
That's today with the Queer God Squad. We want to thank you for joining us. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and talk about what our LGBTQ+ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's largest progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. And we are all in this together. Remember that.
You are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.
Bye.